Hi, thanks for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. I'm in Desolation Wilderness. I'm going to be doing the 10-mile round trip day hike. We got some fishing in up here today. I already fished the inlet to Fontanillis Lake for Wilderness with Amani Patreon. Wasn't explosive. Didn't get any of the big brookies, but I got a big rainbow, and I didn't even know there were rainbows in here, and it could barely stay in the net. It was like 15, 16 inches. I was really impressed. I got it on my fly rod on a woolly bugger. But now, I'm gonna go hike up and see what's in this creek, this inlet creek. That was the focus of where I fished today, going into there. But I'm gonna hike up as far as I can up here, and then I'm going to see about getting into it on the Dix Lake side. And I got my new net, and it wasn't supposed to come until the day I left, which was yesterday, but it came on Monday. And I looked, I got home from working, and I saw a box on my doorstep, and I was like, yes, because I had spent an hour and a half fixing the other net, full Dr. Frankenstein. Here's what it looked like. This is how I fixed the net, with popsicle sticks, Gorilla Tape, and bootlaces, and it's kind of solid. But I didn't bring it because I got my new net. And when I got ready to go fishing, I hadn't even gotten the net wet yet. I stepped on the cylindrical part of my rod holder, slipped, and busted my new net. Busted the end of it before I even made one cast, before I fought one fish. So I'm gonna have to go home and use some of the techniques I used to fix that other net to fix this net, because I'm not buying another net. I just bought this net, and I got a lot of gas to buy, so this net's just gonna have to it's gonna have to last. It's gonna have to last the rest of this trip, and it's gonna have to last at least the summer. Between this and my other net, I think I can make it work. But since the new net I bought that I broke before I even used it fell off my pack going cross-country out of Desolation Wilderness, I'm going to have to go back and find that. So this is going to be my main net until I get something else. But I'm going to go up and fish this. I'm going to be using a pheasant tail nymph, and I got about a 4-foot leader. The creek is small, so the smaller the creek, the shorter my leader, because it gives me better control. I don't use a strike indicator. I can see the end of my line good, and I should be able to hit most of what I need to hit. I don't think there's that many big stretches in this bowl. If there are, I'll change my leader. Hopefully we can see what's in the creek that connects Fontanillis and Dix Lake. I'm assuming it's brook trout. Of course, as soon as I'm leaving, I wasn't seeing anything cruising all morning. I saw a really nice brookie, like a 12, 13-incher swim by, and then saw two other ones in the corner rising. And I'd already chopped down my leader on my fly rod. And that was almost like some kind of cruel torture to show me that fish. I wanted to catch it. It's hard to film these little creeks because a lot of times by the time I get a fish, the fight's over. But that's a nice brookie for a little creek like this, if I can get him in the net. Come on. Come on, dude, get out of there. You got me all hung up in the rocks. This fish is fighting, man. This fish is strong for a little guy. It's a good brookie, though. I'm fishing barbless, of course, as I do in the backcountry. Come on, buddy. Come on. Got him. That's a good brook trout for a little creek like this. And in a lake, this is a really good brookie. In a little creek like this, man, my hands are wet. Let's take a quick look. Woo, that's a nice little creek brook trout. That's a nice, oh, there he goes. So this is little creek fishing. I got my 4-foot leader. I almost want to make it 3. I snuck up and I wanted to target right where the water was coming in. And if you got a long leader, you can't do that. And I was able to flick it out there and I let it swim by. Roll cast, let it swim by. Roll cast, and that dude was in there, man. And when I set the hook, I was almost amazed. That was nowhere near as big as the rainbow I got in Fontanillis, but that was bigger than both the brookies I got in Fontanillis. This is great. I'm right above the lake and I got this big wall. I want to fish the whitewater. It's coming down through this crack where the river forks. And I can do it because of this rock wall. Here's a little rascal. My net's way over here. This is some of the best kind of fishing for me. Battling in a little creek like this. And this ain't like his big brother. This guy was sick or something. Nice little brookie. This is what you expect to find in a creek like this. What's nice about fishing a creek that's coming down levels like this, each pool you have natural cover for. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, he got off. He got off. Each pool you have natural cover for as you go up. That was a little guy. I'm gonna try to throw it around this and get around that rock. I don't want to get too close because I'm just gonna spook him. Oh. There he goes. Oh. There we go. There we go. I knew there, oh, he got off. I knew there had to be something in there. I thought it would be bigger though. Threw one out there into that deep stuff. There's a bunch of little guys out there. And they're running wild. There's really colorful, beautiful little fish. Isn't that creek fishing? I'm hooking some shakers that are too small to even stay on the hook. There's a brookie coming right at me. He's looking at it, he's spooked. I spooked him. I spooked him with a hard splashdown. He doesn't want anything to do with my nymph once I scared him. See, when you scare a fish, it makes it hard to catch the fish. That's the thing. And now I gotta go distance on this guy. There we go. Oh! Oh! They're hitting this nymph. I threw it out there, there was a mad rush, and then now they're kind of hip to it. They're like, all right, dude, we attacked it like 3 times and you couldn't set the hook. What do you want from us? Oh, here's a guy. Here's a guy. Oh, I didn't want him. He hit it. He hit it, but I took it away. I took it away because I didn't want that fish. I wanted the other one that was slightly bigger. So I yanked it away. My fly is good. I just have a bigger nymph on because when you're trying to get into that whitewater and stuff really quick, sometimes you got to, it's got to sink fast because that whitewater, I mean, it's rushing. And to effectively get your fly in there and to stay long enough where the fish can take a good shot at it, you needed to sink a little faster than the smaller, lighter nymphs. As I turned the camera off, I threw one over. I saw a little guy swimming around in that creek exit. I'm just gonna go bare hand this guy because if I put him in the net, he's just gonna fall right through it. Oh, he came off, perfect. I just did a long range cast over there. As soon as he saw it, he went for it. You know, if I sit right here, I could probably catch these little guys all day. This is brown trout food right here. This is big brookie food. I've already had 2 come off for this water's coming in, and I'm trying to let them fall off the hook because I don't want to have to go up there and spook them, because this is such a good spot. Oh, get over here. Hands wet. There we go. Nice little brookie. Beautiful colors on that little guy. But I think he spooked the thing. My nymph has completely fallen apart. I need a new nymph. Here's practically a little lake. Let's go see where the water's coming in. I see some brookies cruising around. My leader's probably a little short for this, but he got off. And if these little guys get off, if they're small, I look at it as a victory. I said the last guy was, I wanted to show you one. They're all the same size. There's a bunch of them sitting out in this deep hole. So what I'm doing is I'm throwing my line across the current. My nymph is sinking. And then when it gets down to where they are, my nymph's in the perfect spot for them. And it's just one after another, man. Oh, that one felt a little better, but you know, it's hard to know. So this is even a better cast. I cast well beyond the rushing water, so it'll catch my line. And now my line will get into this current, and there we go. This one is so small. Look at that. Does anybody know of a taxidermist? I want this on my wall so everybody can see it. I'm trying to stop fishing, but there's just one good pull after another, but they're all loaded with the same colorful little guys. And I caught about 10 of them in the last 20 minutes. There he goes. And what I'm doing is I'm mostly just letting them go around until they fall off. So I'm up towards Dick's Lake now. And because I'm getting closer to the lake, I'm hoping I'm gonna run into some brookies that are a little better. I can see one. He's hugging that log jam. He's right there. He's pretty good size though. He's not huge or anything. There he goes. That was about as instant. Oh, he came off. He came off. I threw that in and it was just boom. And now everything's scattering. Here we go. There's one running in the middle. There he goes. Oof. Oh, I pulled it right away from him. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. And I'm just letting all kinds of slack in the line. I don't even care. But these are definitely better. They're closer to the lake. But these are good. Like if you get, get 10 of these and fry them up in a pan, the good thing about eating little fish like that, they cook thoroughly fast. And you don't gotta struggle just to get them to cook in the middle. Log jams are superb places for fish to hang out. Fall off, dude. Fall off. Come on. Oh, I got him in the nostril. Crap. I walked up and I saw him swimming in between the logs. Nice little brookie. Yeah, if you can find a nice log jam like this and you can just post up, you got so much cover, you're safe from predators. It's pretty much the place to be. Ooh, there's one right there. He's right there. Oh, he saw me. He swam up into the woods. But sometimes you can get him to come out anyway. So I'm doing vertical jigging with a tube jig. And a pretty good one came out between these bulls. You can get some pretty big brookies in these situations. There we go. Oh! 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 There it is. There he is. There he goes. I didn't get him out. He was a good sized one though. I put it in like 3 times and he swam over and grabbed it. So when the little guys swim out and attack it, I kind of just let them have it and then until they come off. Because it's a 1/16 ounce jig. So they have a hard time. And they just keep on attacking it. They don't even care if they got hooked. I guess you get really bold when you're inside of these little holes and you feel like you're safe. But as I walk over this, I'm just going to probe some of these holes and see if there's any bigger guys hanging out in here. Sometimes they're in here. You always got to check. You always got to probe. I can see one cruising over there. I'm using this tree as cover. But there's one right here that seems like it could be a little bit better. So instead of going for the easy stuff, I'm going to try to drift this past this bush. And we'll see if I can get it done. There we go. Oh no, the small guy got it. Get off of there. Fall off, dude. Fall off. Crap, I'm going to have to spook this pool. Darn it. I didn't want to spook him. Come over here, I guess, but I already spooked everything. Everything's scared. There was a nice one in there, and this little guy ran up and grabbed it. You spoiled the party. And this will be it for this creek clip. This is an old rock dam. I might look at the logs above it, but see, this short leader, I can whip it up under that waterfall. There we go. Ah, the little. I was hoping it'd be a big one. I might throw a jig in there. See if we can get something bigger. I gotta get my hand wet. Oh man, I'm too far from the water to get my hand wet. Oh, I got it. Feeling if I got a jig right up under that thing, I'd get some bigger brookies to come out. And I was right. Check this guy out. And this isn't as good as the first one, but it's pretty good. Check this guy out. Look at that. See if I can get a better angle on him. That's a good brookie right there. Let's get him back in the water. And I'll show you what I did. It was really simple. You want to get it right into the white water, and then that'll plunge it straight down. I just pitch it in, get it in there, jig it a couple times, and they attack it. And if there's gonna be big fish, it's gonna be right in that cover. Got to get them to come out of the cover. There are a bunch of brookies under that waterfall. Look at my hand wet here. There we go. And if you're gonna use something like this and you wanna let fish go, you really gotta make them barbless. This will kill fish. But with its barbless, it slides right out. That's gonna do it. And all that action came with this little tiny, like 3.5 foot leader, 4 foot leader. Because I never make my leader bigger than it needs to be. I just tie a piece of 4-pound fluorocarbon on there. If I'm fishing the lake, I usually start out around 8 or 9, maybe trim it down to 6 if I can get away with it. The shorter my leader, the less room I need for back casting, the more I can use my floating line as a strike indicator, and the better I can do precision. When I'm fishing in alpine lakes, and I can see trout cruising the shoreline, with a shorter, like 6 foot or 5 foot leader, I can drop the fly exactly where I want because that short leader gives me that kind of control. I hope you enjoyed fishing the connecting creek from Dix to Fontanillis. Hadn't fished it before, fished it a little bit, but it was good, man. I got 2 nice brookies, and those 2 brookies I got would be great in any Sierra lake. Thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. Hope you enjoyed this. Until next time.